Prey. Is it worth a buy at £40? Is it? Is it? Well, let's read the words of the developer, and then I'll tell you what I think. In Prey, you awaken aboard Talos 1, a space station orbiting the moon in the year 2032. You are the key subject of an experiment meant to alter humanity forever. But things have gone terribly wrong. They always do. The space station has been overrun by hostile aliens, and you are now being hunted. So what is Prey? Well, it's not Prey 2. Let's get this out the way straight away. A lot of people are saying, oh, let's boycott it because it should be Prey 2, and it's not. It's just like a reboot. Nothing you can do about that, so you may as well just move on. Anyway, what's the game like then? Well, it's bloody great. It's bloody great. I knew, do you know what? When I saw this, I thought, hang on, this looks different. This looks different to most of the AAA shite that we get. And it is. It's nothing like most AAA games. This is a blast from the past. This is. We'll start with the graphics because a few people said in the comments of a video I did last week about Prey that the graphics look shit and at 30 frames a second and it looks garbage and blah 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 blah. Well, I've got news for you. It's running at 130 frames a second for me, and that's on everything maximum at 1080p. I've also heard at 1440p it'll run at around about the same, so it is brilliantly optimized. The graphics look great as well. I have no problems at all with the graphics. I think they look fine. It's not going to win any awards, but the graphics are still pretty nice, and they do get you immersed in the game as well. It doesn't have a FOV slider, but you can change the FOV in the INI. I haven't bothered. It's stuck at 85, but they are bringing in a FOV slider, I hear, so I'll just wait for that, then I'll do it. You can change quite a few things on the graphics, so even if you have an oldish rig, it'll still run well. You can just turn a few things off. So there's nothing to worry about with the port. The port is fine. And do you want to know something else, guys? It controls brilliantly. You have crouch, you have jump, you know, you have strafe left, strafe right, lean left, lean right, and the mouse control doesn't feel sluggish. Do you know what? This feels like it was completely made for the PC. It's almost like going back to the 90s when you're playing this. It's kind of like the feel of it. It's like perfect. This is exactly how a game should feel. And I've been on about this for fucking years, and people have been saying, oh, you just hate everything. And no, I don't. It's just that I was brought up on these type of games, and I've never had this type of game for goodness knows how fucking long. I've got a grey fucking beard now. The last time I played a game like this, it was black. That's how fucking long it is. The music's great as well. It's got a great soundtrack. The audio is good in this game. It's just really good fun. We'll start at the beginning. I'm not going to give you any spoilers for this, guys. There's a few things that I would love to show you and say, but I don't want to because I had such good fun when I uncovered them for myself. For example, you are encouraged, and I strongly encourage you to explore everything. Take your time when you're playing this game. It's one of them games where just take your time. Don't feel the need to rush through. Just take your time. If you see something and you think, what's that over there? I'm going to go and check it, because you get rewarded so much in this game for exploring off the beaten track. It's not like some games where you just feel like, you know, things are just put there because. In this game, everything's pretty much there for a reason. And the amount of times I've been rewarded for being a nosy bastard. If you're nosy, you'll do well at this game, guys, because it rewards the nosy bastards. It really does. So if you see something you like the look of, just go and have a look and you'll probably find some nice loot. Also as well, you can get to places where you don't think you can get to, because the actual glue gun, you can fire it up a wall and make steps and just run up the steps. It is so good. So it's like we had the gravity gun in Half-Life, but we've got the glue gun in this, and it is just as much fun. I've had so much fun with the glue gun. It's great as well for firing at enemies. You just like glue them all up and then just run over and smack the shit out of them with your wrench or shoot them or whatever. It is an invaluable gun. I highly recommend you fabricate a lot of ammo for this. I'll come into the crafting in a minute. But let's start with actually the actual game environment and what the story's about. You're on this space station that's been overrun by aliens. There's still a few human survivors dotted around, a bit like Alien, and it's as suspenseful as Alien at times as well. There's some really creepy bits in this game where it's all dark, dimly lit. You do have a torch, but it's still creepy, because the thing is, which you probably all know, mimics exist in this, and a mimic is an alien that can be any inanimate object. And so you have to be careful what you're picking up or what you're walking next to, because I've had chairs just turn into these fucking aliens and leap at me face. I've had resources, oh, I needed one of them, and you go to pick it up and it goes, nah! It's bloody, it's quite scary, but it's so good the way they've done it. But the actual space station that you're on is done really, really well. I mean, there's like all different types of sections on there. There's a crew area full of the cinemas, kitchens, mess areas, bedrooms. It's just so big. The map's huge, and there's loads of areas that's like laboratories, research areas, mechanical areas, robotic areas. There's even, you can go outside and spacewalk to get from one airlock to another, which is brilliant because you have this suit on and it has like jets, so you fabricate a jetpack so you can get a bit of inertia going on, and you can brake and you can roll left and right. It is so good. And as I said earlier, it has all the controls that you would want in a game. You've got your lean left, lean right, and the jumping as well. It's not one of these games that, oh, you just have to press jump and you'll always make it. You'll always make the jump. This is straight out of Half-Life, where you, like it should be, where you have to time your jumps properly. You can give yourself a bit of an edge with the glue gun by extending ledges a bit with the glue gun, which I've done a lot to get across longer gaps. But you always feel like you're in control. There's no cutscenes. None. I don't even think I've seen one fucking cutscene in this game. Everything's Half-Life style. It goes on around you. There was a little niggle right at the beginning when I turned up at work. I walked towards the boss, my boss guy, who didn't speak to us until I got a little bit closer, which was a bit shit. They should extend that to as soon as you get in the room, rather than having to be right up close. I think they did that so you could see the way that animated his face and that, which is fair enough, but no, it's not. It's shite. Not the animation, but the fact that that's how you have to walk right up to some of the people to talk to them. So let's move on to the weapons and the aliens. There's a shit ton of guns in this. I've got shotguns, I've got electric guns, I've got loads of different types of grenades, I've got silenced pistols so that I can sneak around the place. There's alien guns, there's these recycled grenades that cause like a black hole when you throw them, and everything gets sucked in and recycled, and then all the bits that you get back from the recycling is on the floor to pick up and loot. Very handy for taking down aliens, but it's a very small blast radius, but you can augment that, and I'll come to the perk system in a minute. You have ordinary grenades, you have EMP grenades, which is good against robots because some of the enemies are robotic, some of them are malfunctioning earth defense things, and what you do is, as you go through, you find these augments to augment your brain to lock into different powers. Now at first you're just dealing with human things, such as that you would augment your backpack. I don't know how that's supposed to work. You stick something in your eye and that makes your backpack bigger, but you have to just deal with that. But the perk system is huge, it's vast, and you can go into different areas: science, engineering, and security. So you can go like marine, you can go kind of bit of researchy, and all different kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm kind of a mechanic. I've become an engineer who's good at repairing stuff, and I can repair some pretty high level stuff. Now that's proved to be very valuable for me because I'm using turrets a lot, and so when my turret gets damaged, I repair it and I just carry it with me, and I can deploy it anywhere I want. The only thing I can't do is take it out the airlocks or take it in the transport, so I have to leave them behind at certain areas of the map. But there's more that I find, and they're alright. You can get more perks to make them stronger later on in the game, but the level 1 turrets, they're alright as a kind of secondary attack, but you still need to join in a lot of the battles, especially against some of the bigger monsters, and they go down very easily. So they're not brilliant, but they are pretty good. They just sound shit. The sound of the turrets is wank. It's not good. Some of the other weapons sound meaty as anything. The shotgun, for example, is particularly meaty, that gun. I mean, especially when you start pumping from point blank range, you blow them off the feet, you blow the aliens onto the floor. They still take a shit ton of damage. They have a health bar above the head, which I'm not a fan of, but I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't bloody handy, because you can kind of see when they just need one more shot and you can just maybe take a bit more of a risk to get it into their face, you know. There's a few little, I guess you can call them mini boss fights that I've had, which, you know, I'm not totally keen on, but
The alien combat isn't too bad. There's a lot of different types of aliens. There's the mimic alien, which I've told you about already. Then you've got this like giant floating head, and what it does, it controls humans and turns them into suicide bombers really, and the humans stagger around moving really slowly, but when they get to see you and they get pretty close, they'll sprint at you. And this is the first gripe I've got. When the humans is running at you, they take like 20 bullets to put them down, which I think is way too much. I mean, I was blasting one of them in the face. I think I emptied a full clip into his face, and it didn't show any signs that I'd hit him in the face. He would have had no head left in reality. So I would like to see a bit more damage model in maybe a future patch to make that look a little bit more realistic. Or maybe if I can shoot them in the leg, you know, blow one of the legs off. I'd love to see that level of violence in the game. It would really make the game. I have seen that a lot in other games. It would really make the game a lot better. But I don't have any grumbles really about the gunplay. It works, it feels nice, the mouse is slick and responsive, the leaning's great. There's no problem with it at all. The other aliens, there's some invisible ones, there's some big like phantom ones, there's some that have electricity, some that fire at you, and you've got to be careful because some of them will attack you from above, and they're hiding in corners. There's some in the toilets. They're all over the bloody place, so you have to have your wits about you as you're going around Talos. The crafting's slick as well. I love the crafting because you have to have a recycler and a fabricator. And at the beginning they're always together, but then as you get further into the game you'll just find a recycler and no fabricator. Now what happens is you pick up loot, and I strongly advise you to pick up everything you come across and expand your inventory. You can do that with the perk system as well. So pick up all the junk that you can find, and when you find a recycler you just throw the whole lot in together and press the recycle button, and it all comes out the other end as craftable materials. You then take the craftable materials to a fabricator, and providing you've got the right blueprints, and you find loads of different blueprints as you go through the game, you can craft shotguns, shotgun ammo, pistols, pistol ammo. But you can see you can craft a shit ton of stuff, and there's loads more stuff to come as well. And the crafting's easy. You just go up, say, right, I want that, there's your stuff in there, craft, there it is. And it's as simple as that. And I strongly advise you to keep your ammo well stocked, because I've run out before, and it's not nice when you run out of ammo in this place because it's freaking lethal. The perk system is half human, half alien, and you have to be careful because if you start ploughing a lot of perks into the aliens, you will then start registering as an alien, and all the turrets will turn on you. So because I'm an engineer using turrets a lot, I'm trying to hold back on that, and I'm going more human. And also as well, if you go a lot more alien, the aliens can find you as well, but the alien powers are more potent than the human ones, so you'll become more powerful. That's the trade-off, and I love that because that gives the game massive replayability. I'm already thinking of my second run through how I'm going to totally change my perks and go down a completely different tree, because you can't have all of them, and the perks are objects. They're actually real objects you have to find in the game. It's not like, oh, I did a 10-shot kill streak to the face, so I've unlocked another perk. None of that wank in this. This is real. You have to find the actual materials to augment your brain. So it does reward scouting around and searching everywhere, because you will get a shit ton of loot doing that. So I highly recommend you do it. The whole game is just so much fun to play. It's so much like playing a 90s game, and that's what I kind of recognised when I first saw this. I thought, hang on, this looks 90s. It's got a very minimalistic HUD, which I love, and it just feels right. It feels like a PC game. I'm not sure whether the console brigade are going to like this, you know, but I don't care. I do. I absolutely love this game. It's certainly the best game I've played in a long time, and certainly Game of the Year material at the minute. But it does have some bad things, which I'm going to briefly go into now. The first thing I don't like is, for some reason, you can see tags above not all the enemies, but above certain enemies' heads through fucking walls. It doesn't matter what difficulty I put this on, I can't get rid of the sensor bars above certain enemies' heads. And I don't like that, because you can see whether the detected here, it's white, and the little lights fill in as it's starting to get an idea that you're there, then when it goes red it knows you're there and it's coming for you. I don't want that. I hate that in games. Why is that even in a game? And why can I see it through a fucking wall? You know, I hate that. Most of the time you can't, but there's sometimes you actually can. And I don't know why that is yet. I haven't kind of worked it out, but I don't like it. There's about 2 or 3 instances so far where I've been able to see the alien coming through the wall, bang, shoot him. But I've had about 40 or 50 instances where I haven't been able to do that. And so it isn't a game breaker. It's not like X-ray vision, thank goodness, but it's, you know, it's kind of like nearly X-ray vision, so I would like that out, to be honest with you. I'd like a way of disabling that in the HUD. I don't want that. I don't see why that should even be in a game. I mean, we want oh shit moments. We want that moment where we see something coming around the corner, bam, 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 then we retreat and hide, and then you want to know, where is it? Has it followed me? Has it dropped back? You have to peep out to find out. And then, oh shit, it's just there. I want them moments. And you take them away when you do this. So get rid of that. That's about it though. There's nothing else really that I don't like in this game. It's just a bloody good game, and it's about time we had something that went in this direction, and Prey certainly does that. And I hope a lot of games copy this, I really do, and start realizing that we don't want everything fucking flashing and arrows everywhere and some twat on the radio saying, hey, you've got to go over there, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, right again, up that ladder, along there, see that over there, press that, do this. You know, I don't want that. This leaves you to just get on with it. It'll say, right, you need to go all the way over there and find something. But between here and there, you're on your own. You will get a couple of hints, but that's about it. And you have to work pretty much all of it out yourself. And I love that. So there you go, guys. Prey is a definite step in the right direction. Certainly the best FPS I've played since Half-Life. It is absolutely great and definitely worth a buy.